Hey guys, welcome back to PC Talks Wrestling. It's me, your host, Caleb, with his other host, Miguel Bravo.
Players Code!
And there he is. So, Mike, back again, and he just keeps being on the show. I can't get rid of him now. It's like he didn't want to be on the show for like a month and a half, and now I just can't fucking get rid of him.
Yeah, you know.
So, we're here to cover, the week in wrestling again. We're covering Raw and NXT. It's the results. It's basically the first Raw after Battleground. I had to stop and think of the name of the pay-per-view for a second.
It was that thing that you got super pissed off at.
Well, fucking Christ, man. Lol, Cena wins. That's all I got. So we'll jump right into it. No reason to dilly-dally around. We open up Raw. Triple H comes down to the ring, and he is so angry. Because John Cena escaped Battleground with the title. So he comes to the ring, he's so angry, but then he says that, you know what, maybe I'm just gonna relax and enjoy the fact that in 4 weeks I will have won the war against John Cena, and he will not be champion after SummerSlam. And he teases who would be in that main event. Now we all know who's gonna be the main event, but we're not gonna get there until it actually is revealed. We're gonna pretend we don't know.
I wonder who it is.
I don't know, man. Could it be? Do you think it's CM Punk? Do you think Punk's coming back?
I think it's Punk.
It's all right. We've cracked it. We've broken the story. Sorry, guys. We're gonna wait until it was revealed, but it's true. CM Punk is coming back to face John Cena at SummerSlam. So, Orton comes out basically wanting Triple H to kind of hand him another title match, which could just be Orton's thing. I think it should be part of his gimmick. Like, he never earns the title match. He should just be put in it. He should be in every title match. Sheamus doesn't do anything. Sheamus versus Orton for the U.S. title. No reason, just because. Kane comes down to the ring, says he wants a title shot. Then, of course, we get Roman Reigns, who comes out to a big pop. Yep, obviously. I have the Shield theme song as my ringtone now. I'm pretty excited about it. But anyway, Roman says how he should, everybody wants to see John Cena versus Roman Reigns, and then he clears the Authority from the ring. Triple H then says, well, it's going to be Roman Reigns versus Kane and Randy Orton in a handicap match to take place right now.
Oh shit.
So, yeah, I know. So we're gonna get ourselves a handicap match. Reigns finds himself on the receiving end of a beating, but he manages to stay in the battle because he is Roman Reigns.
Rocky
he mounts
Jr.
a late comeback, obviously he mounts a late comeback, and he wins with a spear on Kane. After the match, Orton casually walked away while Reigns celebrated. So no RKO out of nowhere, sadly.
Aww.
I know, I was sad. So, I don't know. I feel like everything's getting really stale. You know what I mean? Like, they need to do something with these guys. I mean, they are, but they're not at the same time.
They're just not doing what you want them to do. Honestly, you'd probably be perfectly fine with what they're doing with them if John Cena wasn't champion and if it was somebody else.
Probably. Probably. But no, at the same time, it's like, I feel like Roman Reigns, if they're not going to do anything, if they don't do anything with him, I feel like he's just going to he's going to maybe grow, I don't know if he'll grow stale, but I do like that Orton and Kane are each week starting to get, show more and more cracks in the Authority, that the Authority's not as strong as it once was, and all this stuff. And, Reigns he's building momentum, but at the same time, I don't know, I hope we get Triple H versus Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. And then Triple H would put him over, because I think that'd be great. So, I don't know. We'll see. Moving on. We get Nikki Bella versus Alicia Fox, Rose Mendez, Eva Marie, and Cameron. Jesus.
That's a lot of divas.
Okay. It's a lot of divas. It's a 4-on-1 handicap match.
Oh. I wonder who wins.
Yeah, I know. Brie was actually at ringside. Brie Bella was at ringside. Stephanie comes out on the stage. She makes her way to ringside and exchange words with Brie before a fight nearly breaks out. Brie is escorted from the building, and the four divas beat the ever-living shit out of Nikki Bella. and they get the pin. So obviously the 4 chicks beat Nikki Bella. Also, fun fact, kids, if you go back and watch, there is a wardrobe malfunction by Nikki Bella, and you get to see
Does a titty pop out?
Something. Not the full titty, but the by the way, this show is NSFW for anybody who listens. Just go back and find it. You'll find it if you know. Just search it on the internet.
I'm totally looking it up now.
Your siblings watch this.
Let's see. I hope not. Search Bella titty pop.
Nikki Bella, yeah, Nikki Bella. So while Mike's Googling, we'll move on. Mike, I'm so excited for this next segment.
What?
It is. I thought you were Googling, so that's why I was waiting. It's Bo Dallas versus Damian James.
Huh?
Because they're in Miami tonight, Mike.
I'm in Miami, bitch.
And as you know, but as you know, you might not know because you don't know sports, but for anybody listening to the show, LeBron James has now left the Miami Heat and gone back to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Really?
Yeah. Damian Sandow comes out in a LeBron James Miami Heat jersey, but he has on a piece of tape at the bottom of the jersey that says Cleveland on it. So he comes out with that on, so obviously mega heat, and he takes on the great and inspirational Bo Dallas.
Boo.
And I'm very excited about this. I'm surprised they didn't murder Damian Sandow. So they basically do their match. Sandow plays to the crowd, and out of nowhere, Bo hits the Bo Dog for the win. So, what is that? That 13 in Bo, if I'm not mistaken.
I feel like
count. He's 13 in Bo. They count. It counts. Although, and I like one of JBL's lines was, "They may have lost LeBron, but they've gained Bo." I'm like, damn right they have. Damn right they have. Dude, Bo Dallas is just he's on the rise, Mike, and I'm so happy about it.
Dude, I can't find her tit.
I'm sorry. I'll find it and send it to you.
Okay.
That is God. This is horrible. I shouldn't have brought that up. Anyway, so we get the Wyatt family next. Okay, so yeah, Chris Jericho is having the highlight reel, his show that he does, and he's actually having Bray Wyatt and the family on the highlight reel.
Well, he shouldn't have done that.
Weird. Yeah. I mean, why would he do that? The announcers talk about something that happened on the WWE app, something else that I fucking hate. Again, I hate that they tell us that something happened instead of showing us and are trying to sell that stupid fucking app. The Wyatt family come out to the highlight reel show, and there's no Jericho. Wyatt addresses that fact, and then a video from backstage shows that the Wyatts basically beat the shit out of Jericho.
Follow the
Wyatt
buzzards,
cuts a
Jericho.
little promo. Follow the buzzards. And Wyatt basically says he's never left the way Jericho did. Oh shit! Call out. He downplays his loss from Battleground and then brags about himself. And Jericho's getting checked on backstage. So apparently, rumor is that the decision for Wyatt to lose to Jericho was made an hour before the match, maybe even less. So I'm not sure what the fuck is going on. Because everybody expected Bray to go over on Chris Jericho. There's no reason for Chris Jericho to beat Bray Wyatt.
Right.
But apparently that decision was made like an hour or less before that match happened. So I don't know if they're just drawing it out
to
go
would
to
be
SummerSlam,
my guess.
maybe beyond SummerSlam. Yeah, I guess. I think maybe Bray will probably get it back at SummerSlam. And then they might go to a third match maybe. Or maybe that'll be it. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
If it's a really good rivalry that's getting a lot of heat, I can see it going 3 pay-per-views long.
Yeah, I could see it too. You get IC champ The Miz versus Dolph Ziggler. Last week we talked about how the WWE creative likes to dangle the Dolph Ziggler in front of us, and they make him dance, and they make us think that maybe he'll get that push we all want him to get. and then they just like crumple him up and throw him away.
Caleb.
Yes, Mike?
I know you stopped watching for a while, but I want you to know this. Dolph Ziggler has had his push.
Oh, I know.
This is the aftershock. Dolph Ziggler at one point was the World Heavyweight Champion.
I'm very aware of that fact.
He got his push. They counted that as his push. Now this is the aftershock where everybody still kind of loves the guy, but he's not going to go anywhere.
It's not kind of loves, Mike. It's the people love Dolph Ziggler. There's no kind of loves. It's no people still kind of they mull around. We think we like Ziggler. No. People love Dolph Ziggler. You know? So, I don't know. Anyway, not a bad match. Obviously, I enjoy watching Dolph Ziggler wrestle. I really don't enjoy Miz just because I've never really liked him, even though he's a heel and I'm not supposed to. I just haven't really enjoyed his work. Miz pounds on Ziggler for a lot of the match. Ziggler starts his comeback. They exchange some near falls. Miz goes for the figure four. Miz counters a zigzag, and attempts a skull-crushing finale, but Ziggler counters and landed his second attempt at the zigzag. So, wow, Ziggler actually beats Miz clean. That's something.
Woo!
Yeah, I mean, I like that it put Ziggler in contention for the title. Just weird that they had the champ lose clean that early. Kind of a weird thing.
He sucks.
The Miz does suck. I really don't like The Miz.
I've never liked The Miz.
Yeah, he just, I don't know.
I mean, his whole motto is, haters love me.
Yeah, I've never been a fan. So, Mike, I'm rubbing my hands together in anticipation.
I can hear it.
We got Paige and AJ Lee versus Natalya and Emma.
Is this where they start falling apart?
Emma back on TV after having her little legal issue. Luckily, she didn't get deported because I like Emma and I think she's good for the Divas division. So anyway, Paige and AJ Lee just had a pretty good match at Battleground. I was really happy with it. So basically, AJ and Emma start the match. Emma out wrestles AJ early. Paige and Natalya take over. Natalya applies the sharpshooter. AJ tags herself in and wins the match with the Black Widow. So Paige and AJ embrace after the match. And after the match, before Paige, and Paige and AJ. Sorry, I lost track of my words.
Yeah,
Paige and AJ embrace after the match, and then Paige just beats the ever-living shit out of AJ.
Oh no!
Just pounds her, and then tosses her over the announce table to finish off. So, all while kind of saying like "my house," like Paige kind of like putting her stamp on it. And I'm so happy because we all knew it was coming. We all knew that Paige was going to turn heel at some point. And the crowd really responded to it, which is great.
Negatively or positively?
Really, it was a positive response.
Huh.
Not like it was just the crowd was into it.
Okay.
Not to say, they didn't cheer, but the crowd was into it.
Right.
They cheer, whatever, but you know what I mean. But yeah, no, and with AJ being an established diva, she's perfect. It's a perfect rivalry, and I think it's gonna be wonderful for the Divas division. So I'm happy about it. It finally happened. I kind of had a feeling it would happen, just because of how close we are to SummerSlam.
Right.
So, Mike, woo woo woo.
You know it.
That's right, man. Not only do we get Dolph Ziggler winning on Raw, we get to watch Zack Ryder wrestle. Man, this is like the Night of the Buried guys.
Night of the Living Dead. So Ryder, quite literally.
And Night of the Living Dead, exactly. Zack Ryder's accompanied to the ring by Layla and Summer Rae. You see where I'm going with this, Mike. Zack Ryder's the only reason I didn't sigh and do my normal shtick when Fandango comes up. Just because I enjoy Zack Ryder. I enjoy the energy. I enjoy what he did to get over. I enjoy that he basically went out and got himself over.
I wasn't a fan of the whole internet champion stage and whatnot, but I mean, I can't deny that woo woo woo, you know it, is very unforgettable.
It is, and he's a guy who went out there and got himself over. He got his merch over. He made the fans love him. You know, I respect the guy a lot. So, brief, very short match. Ryder hits the Rough Rider. And Fandango, tries to drape his foot on the bottom rope. Fandango. Sorry, my bad. Fandango. Tries to drape his foot over the bottom rope, but Layla knocks it off, and Ryder picks up the victory. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, wow.
That's right, Mike. We had Zack Ryder and Dolph Ziggler both win on this show.
The fuck?
I'm shocked. I think hell might have froze over. I need to check. Ryder celebrated with the lovely ladies while Fandango watched from the ramp, and his Dongo's kind of on a losing streak here.
Good.
I was happy for Ryder. Hate fucking Fandango still, and Layla and Summer Rae are nice to look at. Kind of just it's filler, man. I mean, I don't know if the Fandango angle's going anywhere, so we'll have to find out. Up next, following a brief concert by Flo Rida. Mike, I'm really sad that I missed that.
Flo Rida?
Yeah, Flo Rida.
Oh, man,
because
you
we're
mean
in
Florida?
Miami, Mike. Yeah, Florida. Sorry. He sadly did not sing "You Spin Me Right Round," so the crowd wasn't interested.
Meat spin.
But, dude, how many spins have you seen? That will not. We're moving on. Detectives arrive at ringside and arrest Stephanie McMahon for assault and battery following her actions earlier in the night.
Ooh.
Bree showed up, saying that she vows revenge on Stephanie, and the detectives took her to the backstage area and drove her away in an unmarked car, while Triple H promised to get her out. This is nice. This was a good segment. Obviously, the crowd popped really loudly for Stephanie being hauled away to jail. It's a nice progression of the storyline, besides Nikki just getting her ass kicked night in and night out. I think we are getting closer and closer to Brie Bella versus Stephanie McMahon in a match, which I'd like to see.
Nah, not till WrestleMania.
It's gonna be like Rock and Cena. They're gonna come out and promote it a year from a fucking year from now. SummerSlam 2015. We're gonna have our match. It's like Jesus Christ. But so I thought it was a nice little segment. And like I said, I really want to see this match. And it was nice to finally get them to kind of put something in it. So up next we've got some work into it. That's what I meant. Up next we've got Kofi and Big E versus Rybaxel. Hey Mike, your guy's on here.
Woo!
So after weeks of teasing a friendship between them, Kofi and Big E form a team and battle Ryback and Curtis Axel.
Oh, man.
Basically kind of your normal heel face tag team.
Hold on. Before you go on, why is it that Rybaxel never gets to go for the titles?
I've talked about that almost every week. Like for the month you were gone, or for however many episodes you were gone. Anytime the tag titles came up, I talked about that. Because it was really strange that they were booked to have the tag team title match at Extreme Rules, and then just suddenly, not only did that match get cut from the card, but their push was gone. So
those two superstars are both guys who the crowd loves. Curtis Axel, when he was in the Intercontinental Champion and under Paul Heyman's wing, people loved him. Yeah. Because, of course, he's a Paul Heyman guy.
Of Mr. Perfect. Well, yeah, and he's the son of Kurt Hennig.
Yeah.
So it always helps to have your dad be a well-known star, former star.
It's just like...
Rest in peace, Kurt Hennig.
It's just... It blows my mind that both of these guys, Ryback being taken away from the main title, Curtis Axel losing his Intercontinental Championship, and then put into a tag team together and still not even getting championship gold.
Yeah, I know. It's really strange. Kofi attempts a high cross body block. Ryback rolls through, and they score the pinfall. After the match, this is the interesting part. After the match, Xavier Woods appears and says that Kofi, Big E, and him need to come together and start taking what they want, rather than waiting for it to be handed to them.
Oh man!
So it seems
three
like they're
black
kind of
guys.
forming a. Are we gonna get the Nation of Domination Part 2? That'd be fucking awesome because it'd be great. So yeah, I mean, not that great of a segment, but I like the idea that they're gonna do more with Kofi, Big E, and Xavier Woods, because Kofi's a guy who deserves it. Kofi works his ass off. Same with Big E. Xavier Woods I haven't seen a lot of, but
Xavier Woods, if you want to see more of,
something.
He's on NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna have a rivalry with the hippie soon.
That's right. I don't even remember the hippie's name, so there you go. Oh man, this one actually kind of just makes me sad in the way yeah, this just makes me sad. We got Great Khali versus Rusev.
Oh, Khali.
Doesn't that just it's like your old dog not being able to keep up with the new one?
It's like when you can't put down Old Yeller.
Yeah. And Old Yeller gets its ass kicked by
everyone.
The Russian dog. It's just this is really kind of sad. So Great Khali comes out. Rusev kicks his ass, puts him in the Accolade. So that really wasn't anything special.
No.
Khali hit him with the one move that he can actually do.
His chop?
At this point. The chop. He just hits him with chops. Lots of chops. That's pretty much it. It was terrible. I just don't understand why you put why. I mean, I guess the thinking is you have the Great Khali, so why don't we use him? And he was at one point a very
he was at one point
person. He was
the Punjabi
Nightmare.
Nightmare.
Yeah, I mean he was world champion at one point, but he's not that anymore.
Yeah.
Nostalgia and memory can only go so far. So, yeah. So, shitty segment, filler. Oh, man. Lunatic Fringe, Mike. Dean Ambrose versus Cesaro.
Oh, man.
Against Cesaro by himself. Just want to put that in there. We lacking Paul Heyman. So, yeah, so basically Ambrose attacks at the bell. They fight back and forth. Momentum shifting back and forth. Big suplex onto the floor by Cesaro. He targets Ambrose's injured shoulder. But Ambrose, of course, being the psychotic man that he is, just keeps fighting through. Dives over the ropes and right into an uppercut. Ambrose takes control. Hits him with a DDT. Cesaro kicks out. Suicide dive and a big clothesline from Ambrose. Continue the comeback. Cesaro catches Ambrose, going to the top rope, and puts him in the Tree of Woe. Ambrose sends Cesaro into the steel pole 3 times and grabs a chair. Cesaro, yeah. Basically, Cesaro wins by disqualification when Ambrose hits Cesaro with a chair. That's a short way to put it. He chases Cesaro off with the chair. So, that's always good. I always like when they hit the guy with the chair, the guy tries to run off, and the guy just chases him with the chair. It's fantastic. You know me. This was easily match of the night, but not really a good definitive ending. Both guys worked hard. Both guys are great wrestlers. I love Dean Ambrose. I really enjoy Cesaro, although I feel like they kind of lost their way with Cesaro.
There's a reason for that, though.
Yeah, I know there's a reason, but at the same time, I feel like they just lost it.
That very reason's coming up, though.
It is coming up. I think it might be the next segment, actually. We'll have to find out. Yep. So, Triple H says he's going to make the announcement of who the number one contender is for John Cena's World Heavyweight Championship.
But Caleb, we already know. We already know. Hold on. It's Paul Heyman's guy.
True. Go ahead.
Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman's guy, CM Punk. We already know.
Yeah, we know it's CM. We know it's CM Punk. I mean, he's like you said, he's a Paul Heyman guy, and we all know it's CM Punk.
Oh yeah.
So Triple H says he's going to introduce the number one contender. Orton comes out. Then Roman Reigns comes out of nowhere, just like an RKO, to attack Randy Orton and sends him into the crowd. They would brawl out of the arena, leaving Triple H all pissed off. So Paul Heyman appears and tells Triple H to implement Plan C, which turns out to be
CM Punk! Plan C!
Mike, I'm sorry to dash the dreams of all of our listeners, but it is not CM Punk, a.k.a. Walking Dead enthusiast Phil Brooks. It is instead the one in 21-1, the man who ended The Undertaker's undefeated streak at WrestleMania, Brock Lesnar. He makes an apparent, and the crowd gives him a thunderous return, a thunderous pop. For 3 months, we have not seen hair nor hide of Brock Lesnar. So he comes face to face with Triple H, and Triple H shakes Heyman's hand, indicating that he has made a deal with the devil. Heyman cuts a passionate promo detailing the pain and suffering Lesnar will bring to Cena at SummerSlam before capturing the title. Mike, I was giddy listening to that promo. I just want him to break Cena in half.
Okay, so now that we are on the Brock Lesnar subject, there are a few things actually that come to mind that I want to talk about. Starting with number one, do you think they intentionally said it's time for Plan C to fuck with the crowd since they knew CM Punk was a Paul Heyman guy?
No. I think it just goes in line with, Triple H saying there's always a Plan B, and then of course this becoming, them not having a Plan B anymore because Dean Ambrose keeps fucking over Seth Rollins. They're moving now to Plan C. Right. I don't think maybe, but I think they're ready to. I think the WWE is ready to move away from CM Punk just as much as CM Punk is ready to move away from the WWE.
Yeah. Okay. So number two. Now that Brock Lesnar is back, I don't know how long he's going to be back in the picture for. What do you think is going to happen with Cesaro?
I don't know. I feel like they just kind of lost their way with Cesaro. It's almost like they kind of lost something for him to do. I don't think it's that they lost their way. I think it's just they stopped giving him his push. They had Paul Heyman, backing him up every single match. This is my guy. This is my client. Out there at ringside every time. They could have given Cesaro all his wins. Next thing you know, he's the replacement for Wade Barrett instead of The Miz. True. And I found that very interesting that they had the chance to put a belt on him, and they didn't.
Yeah.
And they've had a chance to put the U.S. title on him, and they didn't. I don't know why they seem hesitant to pull the trigger with Cesaro.
People love him. People have loved him since the day he's come into the WWE.
And the guy's super talented. The guy can wrestle really well.
Yeah, no.
I mean, he's a powerful guy. He's athletic. He's quick. He seems to be.
He has the face. He has the look. He has the skill.
There might be other factors. I don't know. Obviously, how safe of a worker he is always comes into play. I don't know how safe he is. I haven't heard anything about it, but I know how safe you are as a worker comes into that as well. So I don't know. I really cannot give you a reason why.
Here's the only reason why I'd see them not pushing him. Mic skills. We've never really heard him up on the mic. We've always seen him with somebody to talk for him. And I don't think they want a champion with an attachment.
I don't know. I mean, the wrestling history is full of guys that couldn't talk.
Yeah, that lose the belt though within a couple months.
Look at Andre, man.
That doesn't count.
I mean,
that was forever ago.
But still, Andre couldn't talk. I mean, he could, but you could barely fucking understand him.
Yeah, but that was also back in the days when Hulk Hogan was champion for fucking a million years.
3 years. he was champion for a while. But I mean, that's the thing. His history's been full. Like, look at Kane. Kane didn't fucking talk for the first. I mean, granted, he wasn't champion.
How long was he champion for?
For very long. But I'm just saying that it can work.
But they usually don't go down that road. And that's the only reason why I would see them not giving him that push, is because he would have an attachment.
So, yeah, I suppose.
Third thing, Brock Lesnar's back.
All
Brock Lesnar is going to be taking on John Cena. Do you think they're going to pull the same bullshit they always pull? Super Cena walks out. Super Cena's the champion. Super Cena is better than the guy who beat The Undertaker. Do you think they're going to do that?
No.
You sure?
I don't see it happening.
And why?
I feel because I think if there is anybody in this business that Vince McMahon respects, it's The Undertaker. And I don't think even in Vince's head he would devalue The Undertaker's streak this soon. Especially when we don't know if Taker's coming back for his for 31. So I think they're going to protect that streak a while longer. Or they're going to protect that a while longer. Because that's the thing. Brock gets beat by Cena at SummerSlam. Okay. Brock's immortal again, and nobody cares about him anymore. I mean, not nobody cares, but the interest in him becomes a lot less.
Yeah. Well, for the entire time he's going to be parading around, Paul Heyman's going to be right there saying that he was the guy who beat The Undertaker. That's going to be something Paul Heyman's going to be chanting every time Brock Lesnar comes out. If he doesn't take the title
Brock
from
Lesnar's
Cena,
not even going to be on half the Raws.
Yeah, exactly. But if he doesn't take the title from Cena, Paul Heyman loses that. Brock loses that power, and next thing you know, Cena is even more immortal. Cena's the guy who beat The Undertaker, which means if Cena went to WrestleMania, he could beat The Undertaker too.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think Cena has to lose at SummerSlam.
Yeah. But that also means the next guy to beat Brock Lesnar and take the title from him is that guy who could also beat The Undertaker, supposedly.
Yeah. And the problem is right now, I don't even know who could beat him. Like who I could believably see that happening. I could see Seth Rollins screwing Brock, maybe.
I can see that.
With the briefcase.
I could see them getting around that wall that they built for themselves.
Yeah.
With that.
That's the thing. I could see them doing a dirty finish. Having Brock lose dirty would kind of solve that problem, because then it's like, okay. But then at the same time, Brock's a heel. So people want to see him lose.
Yeah, and they've had that done before.
Yeah, I know.
CM Punk when he cashed in on Edge.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I do definitely say that Cena has to lose at SummerSlam. Going past that, I don't know who the fuck Brock. I don't know who beats Brock, but yeah. So that's Raw basically. Brock Lesnar returns. That was kind of the big thing of the night. So, Mike, if you want to take on NXT, I'm scanning SmackDown results to see if there was anything interesting.
NXT is not that impressive this week. Okay, so we open up the show with a promo. announcing the NXT Women's Championship match. Your basic promo, very lame when it comes to this situation. Right. After the lame promo, you move on to, this is the first time I've ever seen it, the tag team champions in match.
Yeah.
In play. Never seen these guys. Thought it would be awesome.
Ascension.
The Ascension, yes. I thought it would be awesome. It was just a squash match.
Yeah.
It was really lame, and their tag team finisher, I don't know if it was because of the guy's height or what, but that was also lame too. As far as the Ascension goes, I wasn't very impressed with my first time seeing them. Maybe if they were in a more high-tense situation against guys that were, not
the thing about the Ascension, I don't mean to cut you off, but I just want to give you a little background to the Ascension. Basically, the kind of, and it's not really almost a gimmick, but it's kind of part of just the way they've been booked, is there's no tag team left in NXT that can beat the Ascension. They've beaten everybody.
Yeah.
So literally, like, you're talking about, like, this is a squash match, like, that's all that's left, because there's no other tag team that can take these guys. These guys are that good, at least versus, that's how they've been booked.
That's how they're being sold.
So that's how they're being booked, is they're just so good, nobody can touch them.
Now, you see, if that's how they're being sold, that's going to be difficult when they finally get their big push out into the main show.
Well, that's the rumor, though. Is the rumor is they're going to come up and take the tag belts from the Usos.
And if that's the thing, then I don't know. I mean, it's not going to be difficult for them to stay that way up in the main show. There's not really a lot of tag teams up there to face them.
I was going to say, there's no tag teams. You can only feed them Rybaxel so many weeks in a row.
Yeah, you can only feed them the Usos or the Wyatts or...
Right.
Or so apparently now this fucking Nation of Domination number 2.0.
Oh, dude, yeah, Nation of Domination.
So that was the tag match. It was very quick. They squashed the guys out pretty fast. And then I hate Pretty Douche. Fucking that asshole
Mike really
comes
hates
out.
Tyler Breeze.
I really don't like him. Really don't like it. It's the stupidest gimmick I've ever fucking seen. He walks out, he's complaining about his finger. He's put up against some super energetic guy. Apparently he's known.
Oh, Mojo Rawley?
Yes.
He's known and pretty much widely hated by the internet wrestling community.
Really?
Yeah.
Can I get some backstory on that?
It's basically because everybody considers his gimmick to be really stupid. His finishing move is really stupid. It's just nobody really likes this guy at all.
Well, internet community, you're in for a treat, I guess. He's kind of fucking befuddled about the fact that Tyler Douche Nozzle is so protective over his pointer finger. And fucking Tyler Douche Nozzle is playing your generic heel, acting all hurt and whatnot, and does like a spinning back kick and just fucking instantly knocks out Mojo, whatever the fuck he is, Mojo Jojo.
Mojo Jojo. That is one of Breeze's finishing moves. I want to say it's the beauty shot, maybe.
Okay, well then he beauty shots the fuck out of Mojo Jojo, and and knocks him out and goes for the 1, 2, 3. And picks up the quick and easy seconds worth of a win, which is the stupidest fucking thing I ever saw.
Hard to stay hyped when you're fucking knocked out, huh, Mojo? Fucking piece of shit. I've only seen the guy a couple times, and he's never clicked with me.
He ran out there jumping around, all happy as shit. And
that's the thing.
I didn't remember
gets
him.
Hype, and he stays hyped.
Yeah.
Mike.
Oh man!
And then his move is the hyperdrive.
Oh man!
He bounces off the ropes and then goes to almost do an ass splash on a guy on the ground, but he does it so gently that it just doesn't look good at all ever. So it's just
gentle ass splash.
Fucking horrible. It is. It's terrible.
So
anyway,
after that,
all right.
is the most boring match I've ever sat through.
Really?
I hate Summer Rae. Summer Rae is just a terrible wrestler. And so it's the women's championship match.
Right.
And it
Charlotte
was
versus Summer Rae.
such a boring match against these two sassy bitches that the crowd did an endless wave. They just did the wave over and over again until eventually a group of people were like, okay, I'm bored doing this.
Wow.
And people literally chanted boring.
Wow. Then that's coming from the NXT crowd that puts over fucking everyone.
Yes.
That's crazy.
They weren't having it. This match was just so bad. It's Summer Rae. Summer Rae can't wrestle.
I was gonna say it must be Summer Rae because Charlotte, going back, and I've gone back to it almost every time we talk about it, going back to NXT Takeover about a month or so ago, maybe a little bit more.
It was in March.
Charlotte put on a. It wasn't March. It was
March,
March,
April, May.
No,
May. It was May.
May. You know, Charlotte and fucking Natalya tore the house down with their match.
Yeah.
And it was I tell you every fucking week to go watch NXT Takeover.
Yeah, no, I really need to get to that.
You do, because it's like they tore the house down. It was a great technical wrestling match between two daughters of, you got one from the Hart family and one from the Flair family.
Right.
It was a fantastic match. And so to hear that Charlotte got boring chants, to me that must just mean Summer Rae just isn't a decent wrestler.
She can't wrestle, and the only reason why she's such a big thing is for that stupid-ass Total Diva show.
Fucking Total Divas, man.
And it's just, it's sad to see, a potential match, which, for a championship matches should always be super hyped.
Yeah,
It was chanted boring. People did the wave.
That's pretty bad.
I wanted to go to sleep.
That's pretty bad. That's really, really bad. Jesus Christ.
So moving on from that was the Dastardly Villains. I think they're...
Oh, the Vaudevillains?
Vaudevillains, yes.
yeah. These guys are great.
Up against Sin Cara and his mini-me, Kalisto.
Oh, it's, what's the other guy's name? It's L something.
It's Kalisto.
Yeah, no, it's Kalisto, but the other guy's not Sin Cara.
No, he came out of Sin Cara.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because normally the Kalisto had another tag partner.
Okay, yeah, they were talking about something like that. Apparently, the Dastardly Villains told Kalisto he had a terrible tag team partner or something like that. And so Kalisto picked Sin Cara.
Okay. So no, I like the Vaudevillains. The Vaudevillains, I like their little gimmick. I think it's kind of unique.
It's goofy.
It's new. It's fun. And the guys can actually wrestle pretty well too. I'm actually pretty impressed with
the one with the mustache looks almost identical to what's his name? Dude who does shit with Nice Peter. Is very mean to people.
Oh, Epic Lloyd.
No, other one. Kasim G.
Oh, Kasim G.
Yes.
Yes.
They look almost identical.
I would say that, yeah, they do look a lot alike.
So Sin Cara and Kalisto, both luchadors, always love to watch those bastards wrestle. Jumping around the ring, doing their
style.
their fun jumping, flipping around and shit. It's fun.
Yeah, the lucha style is great.
It was definitely a match needed to fucking get people excited after that boring ass match between the two divas.
Yeah.
So we got to see some cool flips and shit. Sin Cara and Kalisto won, and
nice.
and it was good. It was probably the match of the night.
Awesome.
Which is saying something considering Adrian Neville and Rusev was next.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
That was the main event. I was so pumped for this because I am a huge Adrian Neville fan after watching NXT.
Well,
I love that guy.
Does that mean Does that mean we don't get Sami Zayn this week?
Nope, no Sami.
Oh, I was really looking forward to my Olay chant. Fuck. Alright, continue.
So, I'm a huge Adrian Neville fan. Love the guy. He is very talented, and I cannot wait to see him make it to the main show. However, I am going to be very disappointed when he makes it to the main show because then I'll have nobody to root for in NXT.
Hey, Sami Zayn, motherfucker.
Okay, yeah, but I've only seen like 2 matches with him. I'm impressed every time, but I'm a bigger Adrian Neville fan than I am a Sami Zayn guy.
All right, fine. And hey, man, we're gonna get NXT is gonna get Kevin Steen and Prince Devitt soon.
I'm still waiting for these guys. It's getting
I'm
rough.
I'm excited.
It's getting rough.
It's getting a little rocky. I know. It's okay.
So, great match. Great jumping around. But guess what ruins the great match, Caleb?
Rusev?
Pretty douche.
Oh, Tyler Breeze. Interesting.
Pretty douche comes out and does his heel thing, costing Adrian Neville the match, getting Rusev disqualified, and giving Adrian Neville the win through disqualification. Neville gets beaten down by Rusev, gets put in that hold he does, the
accolade.
The accolade until...
The camel clutch, basically.
Yeah, the camel clutch until Russian annoying bitch lady walks over and tells him to stop.
Lana.
Yes.
I just love that Mike never bothers to learn the names of any person ever.
So, I was very upset. Rusev, I'm getting tired of him too. I thought I would like him. I thought I would like him. He's given all these wins, and he's not put up against people his size. He needs to be put up against people like Ryback. He needs to be put up against people like... Who else is big? Fucking hell, put him up against Sheamus.
And how about we just... granted, I understand Rusev going down to NXT to do some stuff. That's fine. But on Raw, and then even coming SmackDown, there wasn't anything on it either. What the hell is with these one-and-done rivalries? Like, alright, Rusev, you had your one match with Jack Swagger that you won by fucking count-out. Like...
Is that it? Are they calling it done?
Well, obviously he didn't do anything with Swagger on Raw.
And he didn't do anything on SmackDown?
Swagger on SmackDown.
Oh, shit.
So, I don't know if they're done or what, but it's like... I don't know. Hopefully they're not, because I'd like to see them have another match.
They had something going there.
It was a good match. It was the most interested I've been in Rusev since I'd seen him.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. But I understand why Breeze came out. Obviously, they're setting up because Breeze is the number one contender.
Yeah,
for the
it's
title.
it's his heel thing.
And they didn't want Rusev to lose clean to Neville.
Yeah.
Because then Rusev loses, and they didn't want Neville to lose clean to Rusev because that makes him look bad.
Yeah.
So, the ending makes sense, but it's kind of shitty.
It is shitty. Yes, and I like to see the guy win. I don't think I've seen him win since I've seen him wrestle.
Go watch NXT Takeover.
Yeah, I will.
You know what? Actually, so is that the end of the NXT stuff?
That's everything coming from NXT.
Okay, so we're gonna do match of the week, and then we'll do our kind of sum up at the end. The reason I wanted to roll right into this was because I'm gonna recommend not just a match of the week, but a pay-per-view of the week. If you have the WWE Network, if you have any way to go get this,
I'm sure you could find it on YouTube. Honestly,
I'm sure you could maybe find it on YouTube. Go watch NXT Takeover. It is the NXT only pay-per-view they put on back in May. It features Adrian Neville versus Tyson Kidd for the NXT Championship. It features Sami Zayn versus Tyler Breeze for the number one contendership. Obviously, you know who wins these matches, but they're fucking awesome matches. Go watch, and Charlotte versus Natalya for the vacant NXT Women's Championship. Those 3 matches alone are fantastic wrestling matches. and they all bring something different. The Natalya Charlotte match is a great technical bout. A lot of holds, a lot of submissions, a lot of just very technical wrestling. Neville and Kidd is a lot of high flying from Neville, with some high flying from Kidd and technical work from Kidd. And Zayn and Breeze, man, they just go all out. It's a great show, and I highly, highly recommend watching it. Mike, what about you? What do you got?
I don't have any recommendations this week. I forgot to look any up. I guess I have a thing to watch. I enjoyed it when I was watching it. The Raw 100, the top 100 moments through Raw history. I found it on Netflix. I'm sure you could find it on the WWE Network. If you have Netflix, go watch it. That's my recommendation.
Mike, what's your favorite Raw moment?
My favorite Raw moment. Ooh. Shit.
Because you
CM Punk's first pipe bomb.
The pipe bomb. I was gonna say I had a feeling that might be your number one.
That was I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the first time he sat down and just spoke his mind.
It's a good one. That's a good one. Well, folks, that's pretty much it. As for our sum up, we're pissed off.
Yeah.
We're always pissed off. Nothing ever goes our way. With for covering rumors and stuff, Daniel Bryan is going to have another surgery. So he's going to be out for a while.
Yeah.
He did, however, stop a man who was burglarizing his home.
Go D-Bry.
So that was cool. Go D-Bry. Fucking crime fighter. For anybody that cares, Spike has canceled TNA Impact. So it gives Impact about a month or two to find a new TV deal. But people aren't exactly holding out hope because of how not a great deal the WWE got for their TV rights. So we could be seeing the end of TNA.
And we could be seeing the birth or the rebirth of people from the good old days. People like Jeff Hardy and shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, this, rose-colored glasses, man. I mean, how good could they, how good can some of those guys be coming back?
I heard Hardy keeps it going on TNA.
Hardy's doing pretty well. I'd just be interested to see who they'd actually bring over. And whether or not they'd be buried, kind of like the WCW, ECW guys were after that whole thing, because that was ugly. So yeah, that's some stuff. Apparently, just because he wasn't on Raw and because we didn't get to talk about him enough, John Cena apparently sent out a tweet that said, "Life would be better if I turned heel."
Oh wow!
And and that's the thing. It just makes me sad that the fans know it. The wrestler, the guy himself, knows that his character is stale.
I just want to say something.
Go for
it. That kind of hurt me.
We're just shooting. It does, doesn't it?
That like, John Cena, the guy, the actual, not the wrestler. He's a great guy. He does all this great stuff for the kids and stuff. And to hear that he's unhappy at work, that is something that they do for a career. That is their life right there. They go there until they
killing themselves.
Yeah, and they go there and they do it until they're old and ready to retire. And sometimes even then, look at Ric Flair. They still come back. They still are out there jumping around, and it's just like he is unhappy with his career. Yeah. And it's heartbreaking.
It is. It's sad. It's just really sad that everybody knows that this character is stale. But because he makes us so much money, and I've been having this conversation with myself the past week. Ever since I saw that tweet. It's like, look at Hulk Hogan. We talk about it a lot. Bash the Beach,
Hollywood,
1996. Yeah, he comes out as the third man and part of the NWO. Granted, it's different time in wrestling. The NWO was something completely different. I'm not saying John Cena needs to go out and start the NWO all over again. I'm just saying that turning heel, people hated Hulk Hogan, but then they started to like Hulk Hogan again because he was cool. You know, if people want to like the heels, make John Cena heel and make him cool again.
Make him a likable heel.
Want to make him. You know, fucking look at Bray Wyatt. People dig Bray Wyatt.
They obviously know how to make a likable heel, or maybe they just make this heel and people love him so much and they're like, "Holy fuck, what did we do?"
I think that's what it is. I don't think they make likable heels. They give a guy a character, and sometimes that character just fits so well, and the guy makes that character work so well.
Yeah,
that people love it.
We know John Cena can sell a gimmick. You know, he managed to sell the fucking white boy rapper. He managed to sell the good guy hero, the guy who's always there, the underdog. But he's no longer the underdog. Now he's the big dog, you know, and that's where they lost him.
Yep. So, yeah, that's it for us. We're now sad and still pissed off. Thank you guys very much for listening. We enjoy making the show. We hope you enjoy listening to it. We are going to start a new segment coming soon, but we'll talk about that maybe a little bit later down the road. Go check out all the other stuff we have on the Players Go channel. Mike and I just did Battle Block theater videos, which were hilarious and a lot of fun to make.
I love making
as well
those.
As those are great. We'll be doing a lot more of that. You will be. Kelly's on the couch asking why she's not included. Also, the new set of Watch Dogs videos. So for you guys keeping up with Watch Dogs, that's coming out. We also got a lot of other stuff in the works, so keep watching, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys very much for all the support. We're getting there. We're building slowly. It's coming. It's happening. Very, very slowly, but it's happening. So thank you guys. Mike, any words?
You know, just don't completely lose faith. It'll eventually come back around.
Or in wrestling?
In wrestling, it'll eventually come back around.
Okay. No, I agree. Wrestling goes in kind of up and downs, and it always comes back. It always bounces back. The business always bounces back. So don't lose hope, folks. And we'll catch you guys next time. Thank you very much for listening.
Bye.